Now we shall move on to part 2. We have completed the reading of the entire lesson and the explanation of the lesson has been done. And I have always followed a method of recapitulating what we have seen, even to rewind, to recollect, and thus I am sure the entire story is understood in a very simple language, the storyline. Now, having finished lesson, we have some exercises to complete. From pages 7 onwards, you have some exercises which you need to do. That will be a proof for you to know whether you have understood the lesson. It is all in the context to check your understanding of the lesson. But that which belongs to the grammar part, the explanation of it will be done by me later on when we have offline classes. When we are able to have face-to-face learning, that time I will take it up. But I am going to attach a PDF which contains an answer for all these exercises, so that after you try, you can just go and check the PDF for the correct answers. Later on, the nuances and the detailed explanation of that which is important for you in the context of exam will be done to you during the offline classes from my end. As part of the exercises which you need to complete in order to check your comprehension of the entire lesson, the last part of the exercise on page 11, you have something called metaphors. That needs a little explanation which I'd like to do right now. In English grammar, you have something called figurative language, and metaphor is one of the figurative language. And to understand what is metaphor or metaphors are words or phrases that are used to describe something. Okay, metaphors are words or phrases which are used to describe one thing, describe something. And normally it is a comparison. Okay, a comparison in which one thing is said to be another. Okay, just an example, just look at the picture. She is a walking dictionary. She is a walking dictionary. And therefore here you find two things. She is compared to a dictionary. She is compared to a walking dictionary. What does it mean? That means she contains such a volume of knowledge. When you have any doubt, you can just go and ask her, and she, like when we have a doubt, we just refer the dictionary and we get to know things. In the same way, she is as knowledgeable as that of a dictionary. That's the meaning of metaphor. So therefore, what is a metaphor? It is a group of words or phrases which help us to describe something. And normally it is done in order to compare one thing with another. An example, please keep that in mind. A second example could be, your room is a pigsty. What is the meaning of pigsty? Pigsty is a place where the pigs stay. And pigs, are they clean? They are already dirty, and they make the place very dirty. The meaning is, your room is so dirty and smelly, like a pigsty. Okay, so this is just a preliminary understanding for you, and you will come across certain metaphors used in the lesson, and that is also asked in one of the exercises on page number 11. So a little explanation on this will help you, I presume, and therefore I'd like to explain the metaphors which are used in the lesson. The first metaphor is used as a huge mountains of clouds. Mountains are normally huge, big, large in size. And the metaphor is huge mountains of clouds means the clouds were as big as the mountains. The second one, a curtain of rain. Curtain normally covers an area. And therefore, a curtain of rain means rain covering a particular area. A curtain of hailstones. Hailstone covering a particular area. That is the meaning of this particular metaphor. Third, the frozen pearls. Okay. What does it mean? Pearls are hard and they are white in color. Okay, white in color. The hailstones were called the frozen pearls because they were hard as that of a pearl, and they also resemble the color of a pearl. That is why it is called the frozen pearls. Number 4, a plague of locusts. Plague of locusts always symbolizes destruction, and it also symbolizes epidemic, a disease which spreads very quickly and kills many people. something that of a COVID-19 pandemic. It's an epidemic which kills people in large number. The last one, an ox of a man. Lenko was called an ox of a man. Oxes are the ones which plow the field. Okay, they help the farmer in order to plow the field. Here in this context, Lenko was compared to an ox. He was almost like an ox, meaning to say he was as hardworking as that of an ox. In order to explain the meaning that Lenko was a hardworking man, this metaphor is used, an ox of a man. Hope it is clear for you. Now we are entering into the final phase of today's class called an evaluation. It's a phase where we check whether the explanations done have been understood by each of you. And therefore, please try to answer the questions that are placed in the form of a slide. First one, you need to answer them immediately, instantly. That will give a surety for the teacher whether you have understood. First, do you think the act of making fun of Lenko's letter by the employees at the post office could be justified? Number two, comment on the confidence of Lenko regarding an inevitable reply from God. Number three, what is a metaphor? Number four, can you recollect and write down any one of the metaphors used in the lesson? Finally, complete the following. I gave you some examples for metaphor. Just complete the following. She is a walking dash. Then yours dash is a dash. After you complete, kindly check the answer looking at the lesson. Having completed the answers for the questions given as part of evaluation, you can just go to the next slide. You will find answers for the questions. You can check the answers referring to the answers given in the slide. That will indicate whether you have written all the answers correctly. It's a self-evaluation. Self-evaluation. Please be sincere. Something to do at home. Just a question for today. Do you trust in God as that of Lenko? Substantiate your stand with proper reasons. What does it mean? Do you trust God as Lenko trusted God? If that is the case, do you have reasons to say that you trust God? You must mention the reasons. That these are the reasons why I trust God as that of Lenko. Attempt this and it has to be submitted tomorrow. So before we wind up, it is time for us to recapitulate, rewind what we have seen, especially the focus on the explanation of the text from pages 5 to 7. I am not going to do the recapitulation, but I am providing you certain slides which gives you a descriptive recapitulation. You can go through as the slides are being played for you. You can read through and try to remember the explanation given from my end. So we have completed the first lesson in the unit number 1 called A Letter to God. And as I told you, I want you to make an attempt to complete the exercises. And I gave you a brief explanation on metaphor. The other parts will be taken up when we have offline classes. But you make an attempt. And after you making an attempt, you can have a look at the PDF file which is posted for you to check the answers. That will be an indicator, and you will have to do the valuation. You have to correct your own answers. It will not be possible for me to correct. You have to correct your own answers, and do write all the answers in the textbook in pencil or in your copy. Please write it in pencil and check with the PDF file and make the correction, and that will give me an indication of what was right and what was wrong. Please be sincere. So God bless you, and have a nice day ahead, and we shall meet tomorrow. Bye bye.